Right, let's do my favourite reading. It's the artist spread. My name's Tristan, this is my channel Midnight Fish. Today's tarot reading is a real simple one. It's for you if you're an artist. Let's see if it resonates. If it doesn't, just move along. So it's 5 positions. The first one's what you put into your art. Second one's what your art says about how you see the world. Third one's what inspires your best work. Fourth, what your art inspires in others. And number 5 is a message from the muse. Or what your muse is sometimes. Start off as usual with a message from my mom. And we'll see what she's got to say today. Wow, 2 days in a row. I shuffled that as well. That's number 9. Happiness anew from the flowers sent. The outlook for you means encouragement. Days will be filled with pleasures come true. Fate has so willed the best unto you. And underneath that, number 4, which is like the 4 of Wands, the house. Very cool. Oh, nice messages. I like nice messages. Right, we'll have a little look into the Lost Oracle. What artistic projects are you working on? Are you painting, writing, sculpting? Building something. Architecture is quite fun, isn't it? Maybe you're building something. Let's see. That one. I don't want that one. Okay. Found. Okay. Wow, we've had this one before as well. Trust what lies ahead. And encirclement. Love will flourish. Oh, that's quite beautiful. 2 hands there. Those thistles. Love will flourish and trust what lies ahead. This is all very lovely. We're having a sparkly glitter reading today. Well, this is why I like the artist spread, because it's quite firm what the rules are for the positions. You can't sneak romance in there unless you're writing about romance or painting about it, but even then it's okay. All right. Let's see. Maybe you're in love and that's what's fueling your current creative fire. Yeah. Art can be deeply tied to our emotional state. I think that's why it's such a challenge to make a business out of it. Yeah. I guess once you get the right formula for what you're making, it becomes a bit easier. 10 cups, happiness. Oh, yes. Oh, and there's 3 of arrows behind that, jealousy. 3 swords. Well, that's okay. Oh, well, you want to stay. This 10 cups wants to stay. Come on. What's underneath? The world tree, which I think is like the world. And behind that, the devil. Wow, some conflicting there. Sorry, I just got to double check because I've got the memory of a middle-aged woman. It is the world. Yes, I am right. I have to double check. I don't want to tell you wrong things. But this is more like the world tree in Norse religion, isn't it? The connection between this world and the next. The labyrinth and the spiral. The journey of life. Alright, so in position 1 we got the 2 of Wands. Decision. Position 2 we've got the 10 of Stones, which is the 10 of Pentacles, which is home. Position 3 we've got 8 of Swords, struggle. Position 4, Page of Swords, the Wren. And position 5 we've got the 2 of Swords, injustice. Ooh. This is going to be interesting, to say the least. All right, let's go. Let's see what you put into your art. Decision. 2 of Wands. Your art is a start of something. Maybe you draw like the plans for great buildings or I don't know, like the foundations of things, you know. There's also decision here. What you put into your art, decision. Do you have to make a lot of decisions in your art? It's going to be an interesting one. What your art says about how you see the world is the Ten of Pentacles. You're very comfortable in the world. Drawn to this man and woman. You see the world as a place where you create family. And you show that through your art. Somehow, whatever your art is. And legacy. There's a real feeling of legacy in this card today. Yeah. What inspires your best work is the Eight of Swords, which is struggle. Okay, struggle in love. Ace of Cups popped out then. Struggle. So that can inspire a lot of people's art, really. If you think about it, most great art has been inspired by some sort of struggle, whether that's worldly struggle or struggle within yourself, or maybe you see other people struggling and they overcome their struggles and that inspires you as well. Page of Arrows, what your art inspires in others, which is the Page of Swords. Truth, taking action, starting of a mental, like communicating their needs about what they need in the world. I'll have to clarify in a minute. And then a message from the Muse is Two of Swords, which is injustice. So I don't know if this is, okay, this, yeah, you weighing the feather of your heart. You need to weigh the feather of your heart, your foot on the bow. Something about justice and injustice and weighing your heart. Interesting. Okay. So this Two of Bows, decision. Is this standing on this mountain, flaming sword, beginnings of things, what you put into your art. Sometimes it's really hard to see what the meaning is. Three of Pentacles working together. Four of Swords underneath there. Mountains. Yeah, he's at the top of this mountain. Lots of work. You put a lot of work into your art. I mean, most people do, but Seven of Pentacles, timing and investment. You invest a lot into your art. The Truth. The Ace of Swords. It's very cut and dry, whatever you do. Very cut and dry. It looks like you're, yeah, you put everything into it. It's about seeing clearly from the top. Yeah. Yeah. So you invest a lot of time into your art and a lot of your thought, and it's a very logical thing. You work together with lots of people getting up this mountain. New beginnings, the basis of things. Making decisions. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. Maybe you have to make a lot of decisions in your art. Like, I suppose if you're a director of a film, you'd have to make a lot of decisions. You're a decision maker in your art. Okay. And what your art sees about how you see the world is it's a place to make family. The world is a place to make family and create legacy. And to protect it. It's almost like hiding it. Like you'd have to know where the secret passageway is. Five of Pentacles and the Chariot. Page of Swords. We've got the Page of Swords twice now. Yeah. Protecting it by keeping an eye on everything. Judgment. And making judgments about what you see. You see the world as a place where you have to keep an eye on everything to protect your legacy and your home and be free of, yeah, the white bird. Judgment. And you make judgments about what you see and whether you will, you know, let people in your home and near your family and your legacy. Maybe you show that in your art somehow. Yeah. So I suppose if you wrote books, you'd write about something like a family being threatened by burglars or something, you know, would come out in some sort of way. Like, yeah. So many different possibilities. I mean, you could express that in sculpture by making ceramic cameras out, you know. Yeah. So I've got the real, that's Page of Swords. He's very busy, isn't he? A lot of Page of Swords going on here. Watching. Page of Swords. The pages are sent out to gather information, to find out things, to sometimes give offers, but normally it's knights give offers. The Page of Swords is very much about watching without others knowing that you're being watched, that you're watching. Yeah. What inspires your best work is the Eight of Swords, which in this deck is struggle. The world and the sun. I was just thinking about the Five of Pentacles that came up. It might be because of loss, financial or physical loss in the physical world that's led you to see the world this way. Yeah. So we've got the world here for what inspires your best work. So the world is a place of struggle. You're not going to believe this. The Eight of Swords has come up to clarify the Eight of Swords. And then we've got the Son of Cups. So the Page of Cups, another page. Okay. Yeah. The world is a place full of struggle. And you take inspiration from either seeing it in yourself. This Page of Cups energy, which is, you know, they're quite sweet energy, the Page of Cups. The weird fish guy. He doesn't have a fish in this cup though. He's just got a magical cup he's protecting. He looks quite, you know, like a little duckling. So maybe you see that struggle in people and how they overcome it, but still retaining a sense of love for the world. Yeah, the Page of Cups, it's, you know, innocence and sweetness, a bit of naivety, but you like to see that. Oh, got a jumper. What are you doing? Mother of Swords. Interesting. The Father of Pentacles there. Yeah. So you're inspired by struggle, basically, and the overcoming of struggle, especially either through your own, like, Page of Cups energy or seeing that in others, which is sort of sweet, innocent. Yeah. What your art inspires in others is this Page of Swords energy, which has come out now. Page of Swords as the watching energy. Is this the watching? The Wren does watch, doesn't it? Yeah. Watching. Or a truth. It can be a truth, or it can be sent out to look for the truth. 10 wands, 4 cups. Wow, it's heavy. Whatever this is. To put down burdens. Lovers. Okay, so the devil. Oh my god. What the fuck? Sorry. Excuse my language, guys. Normally the devil's got the lovers in it already. What your art inspires in others. So we've got the lovers. And 6 of wands. And 9 wands. To keep an eye on what matters to them. Is that what your art inspires in others? To keep an eye on what matters to them. Transformation, victory after a long battle. To be victorious. And the 9 wands is the protective, wounded warrior type thing. To learn from past mistakes, to learn how to be victorious in romance, but in the sense of catching the devil, because you're watching. Something about watching. A lot of watching. Watching homes. Maybe you design security systems? Or you like, I guess, you know, because you can see an art as anything as an art. Anybody who excels in their field, I think, has mastered the art of what they're doing. You know, not always crafty things or, you know, high, you know, masters, the oil masters and all that. You know, it's just, it's a thing that you do and you create. So if you design security systems and you're really good at it, or you're a bodyguard, let's say you're a bodyguard, right? And I mean, that would be an art in itself, because martial arts are called martial arts and they're an art. You can't say they aren't. So maybe you help people protect what matters to them, especially after something bad's happened, to get victory. Yeah. All right, so the message from the Muse. Oh, hello. We've got the Page of Cups and 8 broken cups come out. 2 cups there. God. I shall shuffle away this Love Island stuff, whatever that is. There's some measuring. Is your heart as light as a feather? Such an interesting concept. It's Egyptian, isn't it? Weigh your heart, and if you had a heart that was heavier than the feather of my earth, you get fed to that beast. But what does that mean? Because we can assign any meaning to that. How do you know? How would you know? Because you can't weigh your heart during this lifetime. So how would you know? How do you know if your heart is as light as a feather? All right, so we've got the Chariots come out, and then the Father of Cups. Do you ride a chariot? Are you fast moving? Seems like there's emotional maturity here. Some magician energy. Justice. The Hermit. Introspection. And rest. Okay, I think I understand. This is the clearest Muse message I've ever had, actually. Cards are being nice to me today. What this is saying is that in order for you to, you need to, your heart needs to feel like as light as a feather, weighed against this gold. Strange. Normally it would be a heart there, but it's gold in this one. I guess the gold of your heart. You have to go inside, do some introspection and some rest. We've got the Hermit and the Four of Swords together. I mean, that's a double message there. Even though you want to go forward really quickly, move quickly, some sort of injustice that you're not seeing, or you don't want to see in yourself, or whatever it is, something that will stop your heart from feeling as light as a feather. Because I think perhaps that's how you know. We've all got regrets, right? And that can weigh heavy on your heart. But, I mean, I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm overly, I don't want to say I'm not overly religious. I've got my own beliefs. I don't go to church, and I don't know if Jesus existed or if he didn't, or what's true in the books we read and all the different religions around the world. Because, how can you know? But what's always struck me in the story of Jesus was on the crucifixion, the 2 men that were crucified with him, and how the biggest message that I have always taken from Jesus was forgiveness. And I think that anyone can make their heart as light as a feather if they seek forgiveness if they feel like they've done something wrong. And the first person you should seek forgiveness from, if you've ever done something wrong, is yourself. Because if you can't forgive yourself, other people can't really give that energy to you either. Because there's a block there, and it will block their forgiveness. You'll never really accept it. So forgive yourself first, and then, seek forgiveness. And sometimes people will give it to you and they won't, but that doesn't really matter. All that matters is that in, the eyes of whoever's watching us, is that you did. And that's all that matters. Because if somebody can't forgive you, then that's something wrong in themselves as well. Forgiveness is very important. From both sides. So yeah, bit of rest, internal searching. Be this little lamb. Forgive yourself, forgive others. If people have done you wrong, Yeah. Even if injustice has been wrought upon you, you just have to, in the famous words of Frozen, let it go. After much introspection and rest and forgiving yourself and seeking forgiveness or whatever it is, in the end, you can't hold on to injustice because that weighs your heart down. It weighs your heart down. You can feel it in your chest. You carry things with you. Feelings that, because you can't always get the result you want. Sometimes people don't want to make up with you, or sometimes things just don't go the way you want. But if you live your life as if you are being analysed and sort of looked at upon the source of your actions, where is your actions coming from? From your heart space? From love? It's easy for me to say. If I was put in a situation where I had to fight to the death, I would, scratch and claw and stab just like any other wild creature. You watch documentaries where I've watched that documentary where that guy gave somebody one punch and killed them, and some people killed by accident. The world's full of really quite perilous random shit. But operate from love. Find that love space inside yourself. Doesn't mean you have to be a doormat. You still have to protect your love, but operate from love. Yeah. So the world tree's here. Let's see what the world tree's about. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And the Empress underneath that. I just saw 5 cups. Right, some sort of regret. And hurt. Oh, lordy. Is this the... Yeah, okay, so maybe this is speaking to... There's some sort of regret in the past. Some sort of completion. This connection to the spirit in this realm. Maybe that's what you need to come to terms with. Either forgiving yourself or seeking forgiveness. Something from the past, a regret. The Wheel of Fortune keeps turning. You cannot stop it. Yeah. Because 3 of Swords is a painful card, but it's also about taking the swords out. Take the swords out. Pain that sits without removal festers. Yeah. You can remove pain. Yeah. Release, forget about it. As long as it gets released. I know I've got lots of unreleased pain. I've been having bad back for days now, and I sometimes think that the nervous system kind of goes all out of whack, doesn't it? How do you tell your body that you're in pain? Stop it now. It's one of the biggest industries in the world is pain relief, physical pain. There are so many connections between stress and pain, isn't there? It might be that whatever this is actually causing you physical pain, and that's why you need to rest and go inwards. I almost feel like I should do a watch the viewer do. I'm not going to. I'm going to get a card from this Magic Oracle deck and give you a last little final message. Trust what lies ahead and love will flourish was the start of the reading. there's not much love here that hasn't come out. There's pain in love, some sort of past thing. But whatever that injustice is, make your heart feel light as a feather, the muse is telling you. Yeah. All right. Oh, okay. I want that one. 2 names. There's a little space down. Trust your journey, which is exactly what the reading started with, which trust what lies ahead. You are overcoming personal challenges. Okay. Maybe that will inspire you to do some more work on your art or whatever it has. You choose what you become. Yeah. Let go of what doesn't serve you. Those are pretty clear messages. Yeah. This is the message just re-messaged. The message from the muse. Whatever this injustice is against you or that you've done against others, I'm not going to judge. We all do things. I've done things that most people would think you probably get locked up for. Well, you know, part of the problem with having trauma in your life or whatever it is that it can alter your behavior. It's only through trying to learn how that works that you can try maybe not do that again. It's not an excuse, it's just a symptom. But yeah, letting go of what doesn't serve you is a great way to start getting better. Yeah. All right, well, that's the reading for today. I hope whatever you're doing, you're having a good time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed yourself, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and wherever you are, I hope you're happy. Thanks for watching. Bye.